Entriamo.
Okay, we will now get down to some specifics. Renewables and storage. These really are one of the most important things for energy distribution. We're pushing back the frontiers here. Renewables and storage are going to be a determining factor in determining how effective our energy production can be and the extent to which we can be successful with smart cities. Giovanni Cimini is our presenter here, and he's going to give us a brief introduction. Everything is going to have to be brief because we have a lot to get through today. Thank you very much indeed. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. We know many of us know each other already. I think this is an excellent initiative that Fabio Roggiolani and Dario Tamburano have taken. We've all been following a lot of these topics for a long time. Ecology and sustainability have been close to our hearts since we all got together in Genoa some 10 years ago now. So it's useful for us to be able to come together and have an update. We work in San Benedetto del Tronto in the Marche, and we work in electronics. It's a high-tech company. We do very complex electronics. But of course, we are also focused on research and development into photovoltaics, which is something that's been close to my heart for a long time. One of our main themes has always been to try to enable people to create and generate their own energy and then to diffuse it. Everybody can produce their own energy with the resources that they have and should be able to input it into the grid. This is something we've been discussing, micro generation really. So this is something that's central to our brand, and you'll see up here that it's actually focused very much on the traditional market system. We have a number of different companies which come together and have links with a whole range of other ones. There's some 150 people who are involved in working on all these different topics, and then we bring together this work under the brand of Made in Italy. We have a 5-year guarantee for everything that we produce, and you'll see there's a photograph of myself with one or two other colleagues. Some of them are black and white pictures, but then you can see there are a few others as well, showing some of us who work together in WesternCo and our Western Engineering, which are some of our startups. We've also invested in Tunisia, which is the gateway to Africa, African Trading Company. So these are the topics that we focus on first and foremost: distribution of energy and production of energy. We set up our company in 1984, focused very much on R&D. We have actually a lot of different applications across this whole area. We have always focused on marketing and commercialization of our products, and we have managed to obtain some subsidies in order to take forward our initiatives here. Photovoltaics has been our top priority for some time because we feel that it's going to be one of the most successful energy generators on the market. So we have to look at this in a wider context and see what are the best options. As I said, we have a number of links with the Ministry for Research and Development. We're also a member of the Italian Photovoltaics Group, and we belong to the Confindustria's energy section. In my region and my section, I belong to New Technologies Made in Italy, which is a working group which exists right across the territory of Le Marche. And we take forward a lot of work on all these different strands of this topic. We have actually managed to patent a number of our products at national level. We do actually have some environmental certifications already. We export to a number of different countries. We work in Italy, obviously, but we have links with other countries. We export to a wide range of other countries. And we're constantly looking for new markets and to develop and expand the ones that we have. I've talked already about some of our business partners. We work with Camarino University. We've done a very good joint project on storage, eco generators, heat storage. It's the first spin-off working in this area worldwide. And thanks to Fabio's involvement, we've also managed to keep in contact with a number of Russian academics from the Russian Academy, and therefore we've been working with them to provide energy solutions in post-earthquakes. So some of our excellent research has borne fruit, and although some of it is the investment is small scale startups initially, we've achieved a lot of success. We focus on a number of different things. Here we have lighting, solar photovoltaics, wind energy. We have photovoltaics. We're looking at storage because we think that we need to ensure that supply matches demand, and therefore we need to have storage facilities. There's no point in generating energy that can't be stored if it can't be used immediately. Then we have a number of other products which help to regulate the operation of the panels and regulate wind energy generation. We've also looked at an app, and this is a world-leading invention, an energy management app. This is very useful in Africa because you can go to the desert with your smartphone and you can use the app. So this is particularly useful there. Then there's another thing which is quite distinctive, and that is our marketing. We need to ensure that there's a correlation between the energy generated and that stored in the battery. And this is the way that we can best ensure that there is a continuous energy supply. If you look at the right, you'll see an illustration of this. There's a centre that's involved with this in worldwide research, particular applications in South Africa, football pitches and so forth, and five-a-side football pitches. We've provided lighting for that, and street lights, and also a university in Colombia. Then this is the storage system, which I'd like to talk about for a moment. This is self-sufficiency, really. This graph shows that. This is what we've been working on for a long time. We want to produce energy with photovoltaics. We then want to be able to manage it and store it in a battery system. And that is basically what we're aspiring to do. And in this circuit, the energy is stored in the battery so that it's available for various purposes when required, so that I can, for example, avail myself of all these systems in my house at any point in which this is necessary. I need to, for example, be able to be sure that I can provide for energy to be switched off when at times when consumption is more expensive. I need to be able to have smart meters. I need to be able to have management across the day in order to consume energy when it is least expensive. Then we can see too that these systems have to be interlinked. I have my photovoltaic system, and I then have to have a meter, which is to a great extent an enemy of ours. For example, I really want to be able to generate energy when I can do it most cheaply, and I want to be able to manage it myself as much as I can. So I need to focus on an energy mix, and that means that I therefore need to have an appropriate mix generated, and I need to have storage facilities. We need to use technology in the optimal way, and we've worked with LG, which is using some of our products, and have had a positive experience with it, with storage. we're working with small companies because we know that this is a very important aspect for them. We've also got to make sure that we have proper certifications, that we comply with standards. Sometimes the standards can be unhelpful in terms of counterproductive to our initiatives and our aspirations. For example, if I produce a generator to generate energy from using renewable energies, then the authorities will say that we have changed our energy consumption profile, and they may impose higher tax on us. This is actually really unhelpful. Japan introduced a strategic policy in the 1980s. They promoted photovoltaics extensively, and they're therefore the biggest photovoltaics user at world level. Germany has got excellent storage facilities now because of the technological innovation there. And they had actually just been able to decide to close down their nuclear power stations because they've got sufficient renewables and key investment in key sectors. But for us, it's actually superimposed above and in parallel to the regular energy production. And therefore, what we want to do is expand renewables because it's much better for the climate, and we need to resolve the issues of storage and predictability and reliability. Thank you.
Grazie mille a Giovanni.
Thank you, Mr.